You're listening to the Packernet Podcast Network.
What's going on, U.S. Cellular customers? I've got good news, so don't hit skip, at least not yet. I'm talking about their special customer event, Us Days. What is Us Days? It means exclusive offers just for their customers, just to say thanks, like $1,200 off any phone, plus $300 off any tablet. No, I didn't just misread that. They must really like you. Us Days at U.S. Cellular, exclusive offers just for you, just to say thank you. Right now, U.S. Cellular customers get $1,200 off any phone, plus $300 off any tablet. Terms apply.
You're a podcast listener, and this is a podcast ad. Reach great listeners like yourself with podcast advertising from Lips and Ads. Choose from hundreds of top podcasts offering host endorsements, or run a reproduced ad like this one across thousands of shows to reach your target audience with Lips and Ads. Go to lipsandads.com now. That's LIBSYN ads.com.
Actually, it's the lead play in our offense. We ask our YN or a tight end to open up somewhere between 6 feet and 9 feet, get an isolation with the linebacker. Tell the tackle to take the defensive end if he's over him. If he's not, to drive down on the first man to his inside. If the YN has the linebacker taken out, he cuts inside. If the YN has the linebacker in, he comes all the way around. If you look at this play, what we're trying to get is a seal here and a seal here, and try to run this play in the alley.
All right, what's up, guys? Welcome into Packers Total Access. My name is Clayton. You can check us out on Packernet.com. Find me on Twitter at Packers_access. Email us, PackersTotalAccess@gmail.com. You can text us 865-658-5824. We're live on X. We're live on Rumble. Here to talk a little Packers this evening. We're going to break down the Packers-Panthers game, as well as just talk about a little bit of training camp information right beforehand. Before we get into it, gentlemen, how we doing this evening? I know we got Emilio in Tennessee. We got Jacob in Wisconsin. We got Tim in the Mecca, Green Bay. What's going on, fellas?
Doing good. Doing well.
I'm doing great.
You're an amazing person. You know that, don't you?
That's what I'm talking about.
Why is that, Jacob? Why are you great?
Jacob gets the Meat Missile Award this evening.
I actually did. I talked to Justin a little bit today about actually molding that meat missile, what it would take to create the vision, to create the drive to make that meat missile, not just a dream, but a reality. And we're going to be doing that. We're going to have a design, maybe a graphic, maybe a meme, but definitely we're going to have a weekly meat missile award for the most fastest, human meat missile out there. So it'll be good.
There you go.
Kind of like a Dundee, but just different.
Kind of like a Dundee, just perverted, right?
Exactly.
Pretty much. Got it. Yeah. So there you go. Emilio, got the fresh cut, didn't you, bro?
Yeah, I needed it. It's 90 plus out. I should have done it 2 weeks ago.
It is pretty brutal down here, man. I ain't gonna lie. Got home, hung out, Mandy DoorDashed some Crystal Burgers in. I woke up 2 hours later on the couch like, did I miss the show? What happened? Here we are.
Never had Crystal Burgers ever.
For real. Have you ever had White Castle?
I have had White Castle, but I do not like it.
All right, there you go.
We're not even going to keep talking about crystals then.
Thanks for coming, everybody. And I'll tell you what we do like. So we got a little bit of news. Obviously, yesterday we talked about our boy Poodle Sny got cut, right? Well, he's been replaced. Mike Garafolo tweeted out the Packers claimed kicker James Turner off waivers from the Lions. And I know that's going to be something that we talk about a lot in training camp. Or is this kicking battle, right? I know Packers.com put a quick video out. Let's go ahead and hit it. Just talking about the camp battles between kickers and linebackers as well. But here is, like I said, a quick snippet from Packers.com. You can check it on their Twitter account. Make sure you go give it a like, a share, a follow, all that good stuff.
Those guys have had their day. It's a good competition, and we're just looking for that consistency day in and day out to go out there and execute and make the kicks.
I think the reactions have been good. It's all on film. It's all being graded. They know they're in a competition. I think they can feel that amongst themselves every day in practice.
I mean, it's competition no matter whether you see it or not. So it's all about competing every day, whether they're in this locker room or not, and just embracing the journey.
Me versus me, and obviously every year is the new year. So just focus on getting better each and every day and working on my craft. Definitely different rhythm, but that's become the new normal. So take it in stride and keep moving forward.
The kicker battle is one to keep an eye on as the march to real deal football rolls on. That competition, among others, will be on full display when the Packers hit the field for training camp, now just a month away. Off-ball linebackers will also see some healthy competition for playing time, but there's plenty of that to go around. Expect rookie Edgerrin Cooper to get his share.
Everything, man. You just want to flashes, get downhill, flying around. I just tell them, don't do no thinking, but just fly around. But if you mess up, it is what it is. You're a rookie. Just take what you can learn from this rookie mini camp, and just go from there, bro.
He's got to keep building on the foundation that he's laid, and we expect him to come back even better and having a better knowledge base on what is required of him.
I'm trying to come in, and perform, for my team and stand on the pedal and doing what I got to do, staying in shape, getting more in shape, staying in the playbook and, doing everything I need to do.
Thick.
Great way to end the video there. Love it, Tim. Tim's on his A game this season, no doubt. So obviously kicker's going to get a lot of attention during training camp as well as linebackers. I want Edgerrin Cooper to win that other nickel linebacker spot, obviously opposite Quay Walker. But if Isaiah McDuffie's the better guy, roll with the better guy, right? And again, Isaiah McDuffie obviously has some experience working with Coach Half, so we'll kind of see how that plays out. But what do you guys think? Do you think this extra kicker added too? Do you think this is going to be a camp body, or do you think what Ron said here in the chat? There's a little merit to it, where he says Turner was winning the Lions job until they got that guy from the UFL that just absolutely dominated. So what do you guys think, man?
I mean, that guy from the UFL that the Lions got, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the Packers were the other team that he was considering, and kind of at the last minute went to the Detroit Lions. So I don't know. I think that it shows, like I said last night, I believe, that I think LaFleur kind of learned from his mistake of not having any competition whatsoever with Anders Carlson that first year, which his rookie year, I don't know. Maybe he didn't want to put too much pressure on the guy. I could kind of see that, but it's at the same time, he's a rookie. He's going to have the pressure, so why not get it over with in the, mini camps and in the OTAs and into the preseason. It seemed like that would have been a good time to release some of them demons that he's clearly had. But it's nice to see that if this is a case of them testing out to see if he, is up to snuff and can handle competition. At least it seems like right now he's handling it well. So adios to Poodlesnoy and welcome into whatever your name is, guy.
You did good, Poodlesnoy. I better give him a hand here.
Thank you, Poodlesnoy.
Thank you.
Who?
All right. So we're going to break down the Packers-Panthers game here, but also Tim flashed this last night. He had the physical copy in hand like the good Packer owner that he is. But here's the training camp schedule. We'll keep up with this all year long. I may go ahead and just update it as we go, mark them off, and maybe even put some notes in there. I think that'd be kind of cool. Maybe like the note of the day on each training camp practice, just so we can kind of look back and see. But I used to actually chart the practices. I don't know if you guys ever did this. Remember my draft board I used to have? I actually – there was 2 summers in a row that I had the depth chart listed out on that, written in by hand. And off to the side, I would put the date. And then basically if someone had a positive – if the guys that cover training camp had a positive note on a certain guy, I put a green mark, right? And then if they had a negative, I'd mark one off. And then at the end of training camp, it's like keeping score of, all right, here's the guys that really flashed. Now, obviously, Carl Brooks would have been off the charts last year. You remember Romeo Dobbs' first training camp, Tim? We talked about that, right? That was just every day he was making a play. I remember Eric Stokes throwing his helmet because he got burned by Dobbs on like 2 consecutive plays.
Yep.
So, I don't know, man. Training camp to me it's a lot of fun, dude. And again, if we flashed it up there, guys, it's the 22nd. Like that's when the first training camp practice is. And again, like we said yesterday, they actually report on the 17th, the rookies do. So we made it, fellas. We made it. We got a lot of content to get in before training camp actually begins. So
absolutely. I think going back to the kicker competition, that's something to definitely keep an eye on. I mean, I'm a defensive guy. I'm going to look at the defense. Obviously, we got a new DC. We got some new coaches, new players, new blood. But I'm looking at this kicker battle. My gut's telling me it's Greg Joseph or Anders as your starting kicker. And I think bringing in this third gentleman just makes it more interesting, moving forward. But, honestly, it's Anders' job to lose. I still truly believe that. I just think that, to Jacob's point, we're at the point now where I think, Coach B and Matt LaFleur, they kind of just realize that, they got to get some competition in here, light a fire under Anders a little bit. And so far, judging on what I've seen so far, it looks like he's responded. So we'll see how that translates through training camp. If you had to ask me right now, my gut's telling me Anders Carlson's your kicker moving forward. But, we could do a lot worse than a guy like Greg Joseph, who's, no stranger to NFL kicking, at the highest level. So I think it's good for the team. But I wouldn't put too much stock. You alluded to camp body for the new guy. That's what my gut's telling me that is right now. But hey, sometimes camp bodies become starters. You never know. So keep an eye on that kicking competition for sure.
Going to need a body for those new kickoff rules. So if you want to use his leg, go for it. But again, like you were saying, Tim, it's still kind of leaning Anders. We still have 3 more years on his deal. It's not a major thing, but it's definitely something to consider. You can't always look at just, the one year deals per kicker. Having 3 years and having enough faith in him to get you through.
Plus, did you see the sweet throwback hat Anders had on in that last clip we played? Got to give him some style points too, for sure.
My favorite too was just watching the team react to those kicker drills, right? Like them just rallying around them. It's I don't know, man. It's a special group. I'm excited to watch these guys get out there on the field and play together.
Did you guys hear too that earlier in the OTAs or one of those other sessions, LaFleur was questioned because they were actually like yelling and throwing stuff at him and actually squirting him with water.
Yeah,
as he was getting up, and they were like, talk about 180 from when it was Anders by himself year one. It's like, all right, everybody be quiet. Don't talk in his backswing. Now it's like, throw him water at him, hit him. Just bring in 8 guys. I don't care.
Yeah. Ron Samble in the chat said, I love going to training camp. So unique. It's on my list for sure, Ron. That's one thing I haven't experienced yet. I think I've been to 8 games now, 7 or 8. And I want to go up there for training camp for sure. And I'm really excited about the draft and be able to experience Green Bay there in April. You never know, Tim. We might have some snow flying. It might be decent weather, right? You never know. But
it could be anything. It could be beautiful. It could be 75 and sunny too, for all we know.
That happens. Yeah.
Exactly. Mike Berry in the chat says grilling pork steaks for dinner with the family, sipping Woodford Reserve on the deck. Great choice there, by the way.
Nice.
And Randy Cleaver says he's driving home. It's only 5 in Cali, so fighting that traffic, getting home. And hey, glad to be a part of that. I know you're in there cussing the traffic right now, Randy. I don't know what it is, but hopefully you're not anywhere near LA. They say that is a mess trying to get in and out of from the daily.
Nashville has some of the worst. I used to cuss. I'd have to only get a mile and a half, and it would take you a good sometimes 35, 45 minutes to do a mile and a half in Nashville. It's horrible.
All right, we can officially get started now. We got Angus McHaggis in here. Prince is in the chat. So,
Thug Life Pelosi in the building.
All right, you guys ready to watch this Packers-Panthers game here?
Let's do it.
Awesome, guys. This was a game, if I remember correctly, a total of 63 points were scored. This was a shootout. I mean, just an absolute – this is going to be a lot of fun here. Go ahead, Jake.
Real quick, if you guys could take a second, we got nearly 100, almost double – that are watching live on Twitter right now, that are watching on Rumble. If you could like, and more importantly, just share on your Facebook, on your Twitter, on your Instagram, and just be like, hey, if you guys like Packers content, check this out. Also check out Rumble. It helps immensely. We're going to be back on YouTube early next week, but who knows how long the YouTube gods will let us live in their world.
Jacob has set a short-term goal to get us completely banned from YouTube. He's got a couple things up his sleeve. He's going to go ahead and get us off the platform.
It's called his.
True international average of pressure.
That's the plan. That's the title of the plan.
Randy clarifies, says, nope, south in the country. There you go, man. I met some really cool people in Green Bay. Last time I went to Green Bay, they were from California. And, man, that was a funny conversation on the shuttle back and forth to the airport there from the old Lodge Kohler, because someone got to talking politics, and those people were real quick to go, no. You got to understand where I'm from. I'm from the country. I'm from back, I was like, okay, all right. It was hilarious. Yeah. Anyway, let's do it. Let's get into it. Packers, Panthers, Christmas Eve, right out there in Charlotte. That's another place I need to go watch a ball game. I've had it on my list, so maybe I can make that happen here soon. But let's go full screen on it since we are on Rumble, and we'll do a little bit of commentary audio, and we'll kind of get through it as quick as we can. It's a 15-minute one, guys, so this one's a couple minutes longer than what we have been doing, but we'll stop it and talk about it as we go. I think we did pretty good last night. It flowed pretty well, but here we go. Packers ball, first quarter, 10:47 left in the first quarter, 1st and 10 play. First thing I want to mention this too, we're already going slow, of course. Notice that they came out in a bunch set. Emilio, did you notice that? But it's actually
Emilio stepped away.
Yeah. Yep. It's actually a 12 look. You'll see DeGuara's motioning over. So they were actually in a 12 bunch. So they showed a bunch nasty look, a bunch nasty X. As you can see, the X is nasty up here with the nasty split. But they had a 12 instead of that Z. It was actually a second tight end. Pretty interesting.
It's got another first down. It's dangerous in so many different ways.
All day, baby. All day. Tuck Norris.
Oh,
love that dude, man.
It's like his third hurdle he's tried already.
He took one on the dinkle last night, and now he's standing on his back. But watch Jordan, just how calm he is. I'm gonna turn the audio down for just a second. Jordan's got pressure in his face on this little boot action here, right? And watch how calm he is, and watch the hands catch by Tucker. And I know it's an easy catch, but still, look, just whoop, little flick.
Nothing to it.
Let's go downfield. Let's get it. Look, already tucked it to the outside arm, Emilio, just like your high school coach taught you.
Oh, yeah. You could see him lining that up, though.
Oh, yeah. Look at that. Look at my boy. Get that man a lung dart.
Get him a lung dart.
All right, so here we are now. All right, let's go back 100. So still 0-0 later in the drive. Packers are down to the Panthers' 19-yard line.
27. Back to Jones.
Jeez. Oh, boy.
Yeah, this one's going to take a while.
Derrick Henry stiff arm that dude?
Bro, he put old Cuzzy to sleep. Look, he went, little
Look
baby.
at that.
Go to sleep. Go to sleep.
Look
at Emilio, what do you think about that, dude?
I like that. And it was a power run, too. We pulled the guard and tackle on that. That was a little different.
What we call
not taking anything away from Aaron Jones, but it's important to remember that we're going to get a heavy dose of that from Josh Jacobs, too, this year, for sure.
No doubt. And remember, all the plays that we showed of Marshawn Lloyd at USC, power plays, right? GT, what we call GT, guard, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tackle, both pulling. Is typically how this works. And the pop you hear from the pad is actually John Runyon.
All right. I was actually going to say, Clayton, as we were watching these, the only other back that right now we have in our backfield between Dylan and even Wilson and obviously Jacobs and all them, I think that I'm more excited for Lloyd just because his start and stops, that is the kind of thing I see. Like Aaron Jones is a very unique type of running back where he's very elusive. He can hit those gaps that seemingly aren't there, but he also has he's more powerful than people give him credit for. I see a lot of that from Marshawn Lloyd, but more of like that Maurice Jones-Drew where it's like, that bowling ball is coming at you. You better get out of the way or else he's going to juke you.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, this stretch right here down the final however many games, Aaron Jones goes absolutely off. It's important, too, to kind of look at each play and go, okay, can Josh Jacobs do that? That play there was – I'm not going to try to foo-foo it. That was pretty nasty. Aaron Jones getting in the hole quick, throwing the stiff arm. I'm not saying Josh Jacobs can't do that, but up to this point, you've heard us over and over and over say Josh Jacobs can do that, right? There's nothing special there. He just no wasted motion, hit the gap. That play there was, quite special. If we get the 2022 version of Josh Jacobs, I think you're going to see these type of runs as well. And also, you got to take into consideration this point in the season, teams were starting to key in on Jordan like, holy cow, this dude's actually good, right? So in Vegas last year, I don't think people were doing that with their quarterback situation. So they were really keying in on shutting Josh Jacobs down. So you're going to get a little bit of, all right, you can choose to stop Josh Jacobs or you can choose to stop Jordan Love type approach on defense. So here we got AJ in, and this is obviously a heavy I formation set here. No wide receivers on the field at all. You got an extra lineman in at tight end, and obviously the Guara there is your H-back.
A.J. Dillon has checked into the game, battling with thumb injury recently. Dillon powers ahead. He's in. It's a Packer touchdown.
What's going on, U.S. Cellular customers? I've got good news, so don't hit skip, at least not yet. I'm talking about their special customer event, Us Days. What is Us Days? It means exclusive offers just for their customers, just to say thanks, like $1,200 off any phone, plus $300 off any tablet. No, I didn't just misread that. They must really like you. Us Days at U.S. Cellular, exclusive offers just for you, just to say thank you. Right now, U.S. Cellular customers get $1,200 off any phone, plus $300 off any tablet. Terms apply.
You're a podcast listener, and this is a podcast ad. Reach great listeners like yourself with podcast advertising from Lips and Ads. Choose from hundreds of top podcasts offering host endorsements, or run a reproduced ad like this one across thousands of shows to reach your target audience with Lips and Ads. Go to lipsandads.com now. That's LIBSYN ads.com. You're a podcast listener, and this is a podcast ad. Reach great listeners like yourself with podcast advertising from Lips and Ads. Choose from hundreds of top podcasts offering host endorsements, or run a reproduced ad like this one across thousands of shows to reach your target audience with Lips and Ads. Go to lipsandads.com now. That's LIBSYN ads.com. You're a podcast listener, and this is a podcast ad. Reach great listeners like yourself with podcast advertising from Lips and Ads. Choose from hundreds of top podcasts offering host endorsements, or run a reproduced ad like this one across thousands of shows to reach your target audience with Lips and Ads. Go to lipsandads.com now. That's LIBSYN ads.com.
Well, nice having that combo of Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon. You see Derek Brown lined up right here, and he's going to have an opportunity to make this play. Watch him shed a blocker. But it was the power getting that.
John Deere.
Green. Love it. All right, Packers lead 7-0, 6:30 left in the first quarter, 2nd and 5 for the Panthers. They go empty set.
Rush standpoint from the defense.
You'll notice here, too, I'm pretty sure Devondre Campbell is not playing in this game. So what you had in this set is you had Quay, you had McDuffie.
Time for Young.
Ooh. McDuffie turned his head around there. Otherwise, he was hanging pretty tight in his hip, but the second he turned around that move, he just gets lost.
They ran a little out and up there, right? So he bit on the out, and then the up got him.
Inside the 35, Panther first down.
A little nickel look here. Looks like Quay's blitzing, if I'm looking at this correct. I think that's Quay.
Third down, extra pressure coming. It's picked up, and the throw too high. Would have been near a first down at the 25. This is a tough one, though, from 52 yards away. It's out there. It's through. It's good.
All right, so both teams score on their opening drive. Packers lead 7-3, 5:19 left in the first quarter. A little zipper motion here from, I think it's Jaden Reed. It might be Tay Wicks. A little zipper motion going back here. What we call yo-yo or zipper. It was actually Tay Wicks.
More attention to detail is Jones.
Again, right here, this is a big run. This is nothing that Josh Jacobs can't do right here.
Attention to detail is Jones.
Is that Darnell Savage?
The only reason that got sprung is because our boy Water Cooler hit a man 7 yards downfield.
Do we need to rewind, man? We need to take this back.
Let's take a peek.
Yo-yo is the best at finding wide receivers blocking.
Look at this man. Look at this engage on the safety here.
right here, right? So my man's going to get upfield and try to do what we call that digging out of safety.
Mm-hmm. And turns him.
Look at that body position.
And turn. Bam.
Beautiful. All about the football.
And that's who? Malik Heath.
You're right, Emilio. If he doesn't throw that block, that's what, 8-10 yard gain?
Yeah. I'm saying. You can't be in Matt LaFleur's offense if you can't block as a wide receiver.
Amen.
Year, 39 yards. Dillon comes in. To throw it.
Look at that. Bo Melton siding. That throw, too, right there. Look at all the defenders around Jordan here on this play, guys. Look at this. I mean, there's literally 4 in the middle of 4 defenders. You're just going to drop it right in the bucket. A little high, but that's okay. Bo goes up, makes the catch.
For the catch. That's Bo Melton. A.J. Dillon.
All right, here we got a little bunch set, normal split on the bottom with Romeo Dobbs. Do you guys see what I was saying all year last year? Romeo Dobbs just playing that boundary X. I mean, it was all year long. So that's definitely the spot they've got him locked into.
Touchdown a moment ago.
Oh, look, chicanery.
Ooh. It's Melton carrying after a catch. And a running roll down to around the 27. Let's get a game break.
All right, now we got a 2x2. Actually, nope, we got a tray set. So you got tray left. There's your tight end. 3 options. Notice Tay Wicks is in the slot right here. You still got Romeo Dobbs in your boundary X spot. I'm saying these formations, guys, to get everybody familiar with it, like all the listeners. Like, these are the formations we ran the most in 2023. You know what I mean? This is what to look for in 2024.
This is what they do mostly in the field and what they're going with right here. On a third down, throw is high. That's
all right, here we go. So you come out in this set right here. Check this out. Let's give it a look here. See if we can guess what's going to happen here. So obviously hat on a hat, right? Hat on a hat. Hat, right? Hat. If I'm Jordan, I'm sneaking here. If this backer's in this A gap, then you know what I mean? I may be looking at something different. But when you get this kind of look right here, you see what I'm saying, Emilio, Tim? Yep. I mean, you can just – you got a hat on everybody. Get low and get in here, right?
Yeah, our guys better wake up with their piss hot, like I said before. So,
you guys, Aaron Rodgers used to do that from the shotgun set. If you guys remember, he'll come out in the gun. He'll notice that, and then he would check it, get under center real quick and do a quick QB sneak back in his early days. What was that, Jacob?
No, I'm just wondering if have you guys heard anything definitive? Are they going to adjust the NFL rule to stop that kind of Jalen Hurts tush push? If not, do you see us using that more? Do you see teams using that more? Do you see us like you just talked about, Clayton, that whole running back or quarterback sneak kind of went away from the NFL for so long, and all of a sudden now it seems like if you have a more durable, larger quarterback, it seems almost stupid not to do it.
I'll tell you what, looking at that play, whether they ban it or not, Jordan got in there all by himself on that one.
Yeah, right. And that's the thing, too. Like, the tush push, they were talking about banning it last year, and then it was not near as successful as everybody expected it to be. The only reason it was successful in Philly was because of Jason Kelce.
Yeah.
Jason Kelce's gone now. So I'm telling you, you're going to see that now that it's not going to be near as effective. And Jacob, feel free to highlight any of the comments that you've got marked there. I can't see them because I've got this on full screen, but we can just cut it off and you say, hey, you've got a comment here that we can hit on it as we go. Just feel free to do that as we go here. So Panthers ball, 3rd and 7, 14:05 left in the second quarter. Packers lead 13-3.
Here's Thielen in the slot, who's been a primary target on third downs.
Oh.
He hangs on. That's DJ Chark at the 45. To figure out what those guys can do, get them to do it consistently. Third down the front.
Unbelievable.
Man.
That right there is man coverage, and that is our boy Eric Stokes. Okay. Yep. So again, these stack sets, semi bunches right here, where you got two fairly close together with these splits. Obviously, you got a man coverage here, and Rashawn Gary's trying to set the edge. Now he could give it a little shove and go if he wanted to. But I'm pretty sure the matchup we're looking at is right here. I think that's Adam Thielen against Eric Stokes. Again, Eric Stokes is supposed to be great at man coverage. Let's watch it again.
What those guys can do is just do it consistently. Third down the front.
I mean, God.
Waiting for Adam Thielen to show up here.
These are the things we talked about all year ago, man. Everybody's saying we need more man coverage. We need more man coverage. And what I seen on tape every week was we were getting our rear ends kicked in man coverage, you know? So, again, we ran quite a bit less man coverage than most teams in the league. But still, I think when people looked at the numbers, they were kind of surprised that we actually ran as much man as we did. But 1st and 10 here, Panthers ball still.
30% of the receptions. That's what Thielen is responsible for.
Oh, dude.
He gets down on the 20 for a first
That's
down.
just painful to watch. Like, no gap integrity, nothing. Like, no pursuit.
Yeah. And again, you see the backers are just kind of, you know. And this is the nickel set, okay? So this isn't even the nickel 2 or the 34 jam. This is a nickel 2-4-5, right? There's your 2 linemen. There is your 4 linebackers. And again, the point of attack here, they're just looking to do a little quick cheat motion, and they're going to try to run weak side, okay? So as they try to run weak, this is the defender you want to watch, which is Quay Walker. Now, notice you got Preston Smith out here setting the edge, too. Let's watch them both.
30% of the receptions. That's what
sets the edge. See how Quay is just, you know what I mean? Not really getting anywhere there.
Thielen is responsible for.
That's just not what you want to see from your backer.
He gets down on the 20.
You know what I noticed with Quay, too? It seems like when he gets engaged by a blocker, he can't shed the block and move upfield. He has to almost disengage, move backwards off the block, and then he's chasing down the runner at that point, if that makes sense. Like, whereas a lot of linebackers, if they want to approach and maybe hit him like at a 5-yard advance plus, past the line of scrimmage, it's like once he hits that area, he has to like take another 3 yards just to readjust, get off the block, and then make the tackle while he's running after him. It just
right. See, that's the thing that I was saying. Like, if you go back and you study, Dom Capers fired, Mike Pettin fired, Joe Barry fired. Right. And it's like, okay, sooner or later, we got to step back and go, okay, what are we doing wrong here? And the only thing that I can come up with is the argument is always we've spent so much draft capital on the defensive side of the ball. Well, look at who you're taking with those defensive picks. You're taking guys who are highly athletic. That doesn't necessarily translate into a good football player, right? Quay Walker can run circles around 95% of the linebackers in the league. But the problem is him disengaging off of blocks and being able to attack those run plays quick, right? And again, I think what you see, if you compare Quay Walker's college tape to Edgerrin Cooper's college tape, Edgerrin Cooper's start, stop, shoot is way better than Quay's. So I'm not going to be surprised if Edgerrin Cooper comes in and he's a significantly better run defender. But again, I don't see how the coaching comes into play there. Like the coaches aren't going, hey, now listen, don't get too aggressive here on this run. He's had the ball for 2.5 seconds. Why are you backpedaling, right? There's not a coach in that room that was saying, backpedal right here. So that's the issue I have with it. Hopefully Coach Half can get that out of him. And again, Coach Halfley's words, not mine. Mark Chimura said it on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. He said the first thing he noticed when he came in and watched the tape was these guys played lazy defense. So.
Smith October over 730 yards, leading the Panthers 10th in the NFC coming in.
All right, so you call a blitz there. We all want to be more aggressive, right? This time we're firing a blitz with Quay, and Quay is technically the will backer right here. Okay, you're Sam. Here's your will. There's the strong side of your formation. So he fires inside. They end up running a reverse, and everything's open on the outside.
Leading the Panthers 10th.
See all that aggressiveness? Now, again, Gary's got to do a better job of acknowledging that, right? And this is the thing, too, man coverage. Like they called the perfect play. You're running a reverse against man coverage and a backer firing off the weak side.
In the NFC coming in.
That's called butt naked through the trailer park.
Nice of J.O. to help him into the end zone there, too. That was
I know it, man. It's like, just don't touch him if you're going to push him forward. What the hell are we doing? Completely agree, Tim.
Yeah, I mean, it's plays like this is why this wasn't a boat race. We should have boat raced this team, and we ended up, having a nail biter on our hands.
I was going to say,
in this specific situation, you're being too aggressive as a defense. You're calling a man coverage blitz combo here. You know what I mean? Like, look at all that. Imagine.
Hey, look at 23. Look at 23 right there pointing. Now we're in man coverage, right? What the hell is he pointing at?
Who knows, bro?
Is he saying that's where I'm supposed to be?
Yeah, maybe. And I think it was actually, it was Jair that knocked him in.
Oh my Lord!
Actually, wasn't that Jaws man? And I think he was calling that he was running back, so maybe he was trying to tell Stokes to switch.
He's trying to pass a guy off. How do you pass somebody off when you're in man coverage?
Yeah, he tried it all year long, every time. And for a guy that he wants to follow the number one receiver, that drives me insane. It's like, and then when you come out and it's a man coverage call and they use motion, okay, you get him. I'm going to stay over here. What are you talking about?
Yep.
You're right though. That was definitely his guy.
Yeah, and that was
and he knocked him in. Yeah,
John gave him the shove. Yep.
So Anthony Johnson Jr. took strays from me and Tim. So we apologize.
Yeah, dude, I'm sorry. Is it weird that we've rewatched all these games? I almost put Jair in the same category as guys like Devondre and Stokes and guys that are constantly Savage and stuff like that, where they're constantly not in the right position to make a play, or they are in the right position and completely whiff.
Right. No, it's true, man. And I know it's not a popular argument because everybody wants that Jair, the superstar Jair. There was 1 or 2 years he was the best corner in the league. And I hope we
took it out.
But like many people talk about the shoulder injury, Emilio, that seems to be when it went downhill, man.
Yeah.
When he hurt his shoulder, it's like now all of a sudden he's playing different. I don't know. So anyway, all right, let's pick back up Packers ball now.
Yeah, this Carolina team, we saw with the big win a week ago. These guys can't play. Nothing to lose.
Dobbs with that catch.
Gonna rip his Jordan Love, the Romeo Dobbs.
Nothing to it, man.
All right, here's another set. We got a Trey Wright, like a little Trey Bunch Wright. It's like actually Bunch Nasty, yeah. So you got Bunch Nasty X, right?
Teamed up like they win in the final quarter. He's on the move now. And
good. Oh boy.
Around the 45 of Green Bay, bringing up a
nice little scramble there. All right, 3rd and 7. Packers lead 13-10. 8 minutes left in the second quarter. I got a motion to a little Bunch Nasty again. This is Bunch Nasty Nub, right? Ooh, that's a pretty throw too, boys.
Yep.
Like if you put it any further to the inside right here, that's a pick, right? Look where he places this ball. And I know it's a tough catch. Don't get me wrong. If I can get it just right, but look where that ball's at. Like that's a nicely placed ball right there. That's
Right.
perfect. Ball's incomplete.
He chose the ISO route with Kraft, but if you roll it back a smidge,
Yeah, Wicks. You're seeing Wicks, right, Emilio?
and Romeo,
Yeah.
buck naked once he breaks off.
All right, let's see if we can walk through this real quick. Let's go slow motion. I want to see this.
I'm with you, Emilio. I'd like to see him hammer that throw over the middle.
All right, so settle into a Bunch Nasty, little switch release. You see how they switched?
Oh,
Both Carolina Panthers went.
Yep.
Yeah,
look at Wicks. Look at Wicks.
Yeah, right there. There's your throw right there.
You know, same money doing it the hard way, but it still worked.
Yeah, I'm telling you. I mean, it fell incomplete, but he put the ball right where it needed to be for sure. But you're right, man. You gotta hammer that ball to Tay Wicks. And again, we don't know what the read is on that play.
Right.
You know what I mean? They may have told him, hey, look, this right here is your read. This is your side adjustment. If this guy bails out enough, take this ISO play here. But again, it doesn't hurt as soon as the ball is snapped. Read here, then come outside. You know what I'm saying? Follow the safety over. Oh, we got wide open. Bang.
I think you're right, Clayton. He never even saw Wicks. Look, his back.
He's just looking at the safety. All right, the safety's out of the picture. Let's hammer it. But yeah, if he looks back to the left, he's got Wicks. You're right. Good eye. And like you said too, Emilio, it's kind of a slot cross concept almost. You see Wicks went hot. I think it was slot cross. He was supposed to run across a climb, and then Romeo was running that deep dig. That's that slot cross. So I think what Wicks did was he went kind of hot, like, hey, I'm butt naked here. And he just didn't see it at all. So, yeah, you're right, man. Bad read by Jordan there for sure. And this is a game where Jordan threw 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. We'd say, hey, that was a good game.
But he also probably really liked the size matchup, Tucker Kraft versus that corner.
Absolutely, man. No doubt about it. All right. I'm going to speed it up just a touch here. Here we go. 13-10. Here's a 53-yard attempt by Anders. Already missed an extra point in this game.
He was hitting from 56-58 in pregame on this side of the field.
Yeah, but see, 53, no problem. Right down the middle. Good from 63, no worries. You know,
it's wild, isn't it?
Tighten up the other stuff. He'll be all right.
Yeah. It's definitely in his head, man, those extra points.
Yep. Oh, Ant Johnson.
He gets a first down.
All right, 1st and 10. Packers lead 16-10. 7 minutes left in the second.
Christmas with the Atlanta Falcons. That's what they did last week. Trying to do that to the
Look who it is. See who got burnt there, boys? That's man coverage, too. And notice, Jair is in the slot, so he's following their number one receiver right here. Okay? He's getting what he wants, and it's just going to be a little slant. Watch Josh.
Christmas with the Atlanta Falcons.
Hey, I'll say this. At least he didn't pass him off to nobody.
Right.
Trying to do that to the Packers.
What is that?
Jameer Smith-Marset, who had the touchdown on the run a moment ago.
That he does. Right? He's got a basketball background. And you just see that the way that he moves. He just kind of slithers up there.
He needs 2 for the first.
Look at that run defense. Holy cow.
Oh, I don't know what's going on here, but my man's leg, boy, he is not feeling it. Look at that cat. You kidding me?
The Packers up front, and it's 4th down.
All right, so they're going to go for it on 4th and 2. We're approaching the middle 8. When we say middle 8, guys, we're talking about the last 4 of the second quarter, first 4 of the third. Typically, the team that wins the middle 8 and the turnover differential got like a 90-something% chance of winning the ball game.
There we go. There we go.
It's Enigbare too, wasn't it, bro?
Loaded box on this play too. How many in the box pre-snap? 6, 7? What do we got here?
In the box, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, borderline 8, really.
Yeah, I love it.
So, and watch Enigbare is just going to sniff it out. He's going to waste no wasted motion. Watch him wrap around here. And I think LVN cleans it up. Look at that. You kidding?
Oh, my gosh.
Look at our boy right here. He's like, oh, shoot. We missed something. And watch LVN clean it up. Boom.
Nice, dude. That was solid.
Hercules.
I think we made that might be one of the we talked about so many different parts of our team, all the different dynamics, all the drama, all that kind of stuff. One that we haven't focused on enough, and I think that may be one of the more important parts of this team, is our second string depth at edge/DN now.
Have you ever experienced turbulence on a flight and wondered why?
And you can see all the terrain around you. You've got no issue with visibility or anything?
No, everything's PG.
Maybe you've sat on the tarmac for hours wondering why your plane isn't moving.
Well, we're outside here. They're saying the ramp is closed. They won't let us park because of Air Force One.
Listen in on the conversations between pilots and air traffic controllers on the Air Traffic Out of Control podcast.
510 declaring an emergency. There's smoke in the cabin. I need to make a landing right now on 31 left.
We have the most interesting, wild, and funny ATC recordings you will ever hear. Check out Air Traffic Out of Control wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts.
LVN taking a massive step, I think, this year, and a guy like Kingsley Enigbare, who a lot of people thought were not. Well, he wasn't even supposed to be able to be walking right now, and this guy is like showing out. I think that's another one. He was wasn't he a 5th round pick, I believe, something like that. I think that he could be, both those guys could be absolute difference makers in the totality of this defense, because you know what we have in Preston and Gary, but if we have 2 other stud aces up our sleeve, which I think we could in LVN and Enigbare, and let's not talk about my man who's up and coming, that Cox. You know what I'm talking about? So
he's bound to win the Meat Missile Award at some point. You know what I'm saying?
You know,
you're an amazing person. You know that, don't you?
On that last play, I do want to mention it was Isaiah McDuffie first to, it was Kingsley Enigbare from the opposite side of the field getting contact first, McDuffie blowing it up in the backfield, and then LVN finishing the play off. So just a joint effort. And again, those 3 players, all 3 back on the roster, right? Everyone we've been ragging on, Devondre Campbell, Darnell Savage, Jonathan Owens, they're all gone. So I think the coach is seeing the same tape we were here. to be honest with you. All right, so I want to point this out. On this set here, this is the formation we got. Okay, it's Packers ball, 1st and 10. You're approaching the middle late here. Packers lead 16-10. It's a 2-by-2 set, meaning 2 options on the left, or 2 options on the right, 2 options on the left, and you got a running back as well in the backfield. So you're going, this is what we would call dub nasty. Everybody is in a nasty split inside the numbers. All right. It's a 2-by-2 set, which is called doubles. We just say dub. So it's dub nasty, strong right, T same. And what I want to point out here is it looks like our boy Tay Wicks is actually playing the Z or the flyer here in this situation. So not playing slot, playing flyer. Remember what we were talking about. Jaden Reed played a lot of flyer. Christian Watson's very smart, very intelligent wide receiver. He's smart enough to play the flyer. Now you're seeing Tay Wicks later in the season get mixed in as the flyer. Let's get the audio with it here.
Ooh, little orbit.
Little fake reverse boot action.
He was looking for a backside screen to Ted.
Yeah.
Look at that 4th down stop.
All right. 3rd and 10. Bo Melton, baby.
Bo Melton, baby.
That's huge. 3rd and 10.
How about these hands?
57.
Cheese curds make my stomach hurt all the time, but I do eat them though. Cheese curds make my.
I say it nice because I say it twice. 57 seconds left in the second quarter. Packers have all 3 timeouts. Woo, I'm telling you, man. That's what he does so well. Not every quarterback in the league can do this, guys.
See, this is the Mahomes comp right here. Look, that's Pat Mahomes, right?
Yep.
Get up and get out of that pocket, extend the play.
Yep. That's Aaron Rodgers circa 2012, too. Woo! Hey, Wicks, baby.
Freaking laser beam throw.
Remember what we said about 3rd downs, guys?
Freaking lasers.
Higher highest passer rating when targeted.
Yep.
Receiver rating metric on 3rd downs amongst all Packers receivers. Tay Wicks right there.
And earlier in the game, there was a stat on the side. We were 6th in the NFL, 44% on 3rd down so far, or at this point in the season.
His second NFL touchdown. Wicks is going to see that Jordan Love is going to get in trouble. Breaks off of that initial.
Look at that route.
Telling you, bro. And again, he knows right here, and that's something, guys. That's a rookie.
I was just going to say, doesn't this look like a guy who's been playing in a league for like 10 years?
Yeah. He knows there's nothing over here. Look at all these bodies, guys. There's people everywhere. He's got a safety crashing down off screen. He's going to wrap that thing around and also take a lick, too.
Turns, just fine green grass.
Ooh, how about the shake he even gave the corner to get him into that route?
Yeah.
You see him break his ankles?
Watch his hands, too. He knows that defender's there. Watch how quick he get it in here. Secure it.
Ooh.
Telling you, guys, he's going to be a freaking superstar, man. You mark my words. If he stays healthy, Tay Wicks is going to be the guy in this receiving room, which makes me think Christian Watson, Romeo Dobbs better be willing to take a discount, or they're probably going to be hitting free agency in a couple of years.
You still got a little bit of time here as well. With 3 timeouts, you can start here on 3rd down. That's Sullivan. See where they spot that. This would be a big mark for a 1st down, or time for Green Bay to get the ball back. And hope for a throw and not an interference call. Maybe try a long field goal. That's hard to throw.
All right, here we are. Last play of the first half.
To get into the postseason. Trying to set up the hit. Jordan Love going to air it out the throw. All the way down. Jeez. The 5, but it's knocked away, and that'll bring it into the half.
All right, so Packers win the middle late 7-0. Here we are in the 3rd quarter, 23-10 Packers lead.
Not only once today, which is over 6 10th over 200 rush yards this year. See his fault. There's Thielen. That's his 4th target for his 2nd catch. And that's the guy you got to get going. Get a good visual.
Ooh,
this is what I don't like here. So, and I know people say, "No, put your foot on their throat." your biggest opponent right now with this lead, 13-point lead, is this clock right here.
Yep.
And we're getting aggressive. We're going to fire a cat blitz here, a little nickel blitz.
But Joe Barry doesn't play aggressive.
No, don't get me started. And again, that you lose a hat there, right, Emilio? You lose a hat out there, and look what happens.
Easy.
Really has to ride, and of course,
Again, here we are again, right? Blitzing again. Little middle twist there with the backers.
Carl Brooks getting held on that play. Holy cow.
It's back at the 47-yard line. Big one on the corner. The passer. Defense number 58.
Wow.
What?
Yeah, roughing the passer call, but not a hold.
All right, 1st and 10.
Get him, Kenny.
With a good pick near a first down before going out of bounds. Let's get a game break with Charisma. See a lot of that.
Wow.
Well,
that changes this year. I don't think teams are going to be, as likely to run the ball like that in the past. I mean, nobody in the last 2 to 3 years has been scared to run the ball on us.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna change that this year.
Yeah. And again, what I seen on that drive was aggressive. You gave up explosives, big penalty. They're in the end zone quick. Last thing you wanted to happen there in the third quarter.
Right.
Oh.
Look
at
Dobby.
Dude. Oh, no, Dob.
It's so genuine.
Thank God for Josiah DeGuara. Right. Moment of silence for DeGuara, please.
Hey, I got his jersey on the wall. My cat keeps trying to rip it off, but I'm telling him no.
The cat tried to tell us. It's an interesting look here. You're going to come out in a nasty, everybody's nasty split, but you got a 12 balance look here out of the gun, sidecar right. You're going to motion out, quick cheat motion with DeGuara. See if he runs a wheel. Usually when they cheat the Y or the U out like that, it's a wheel route.
You don't do it on the field.
If it was a wheel.
Look at Dobbs, dude. People that try to say he's just a possession receiver, like he's actually, like, go back to his tape in college. The guy he's a playmaker.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Now, we've seen this a lot with Christian Watson here. Putting Christian Watson at the wing. Look at him. They got Bo in there. I wonder why they're doing that, Emilio. Because he can block.
I would assume I'm assuming he's going to go in there and block, Clayton. That's my guess.
Let's see. Yes, sir.
That was Heath.
Oh, it was.
See,
Heath.
I think he does a little better with it. He does a little bit better with some steam behind him. He likes to make contact when he can get moving downhill.
Yeah, and I meant Malik Heath there. I apologize. Look at this set right here. A little bunch nasty nub. You're going nub right. Everybody nasty split. There's your bunch. So in this scenario here, man, you got that's Dobbs. So they got Dobbs in there playing somewhat of a semi-slot. I think that's Dobby right there. You got Heath on the outside, right? And then I think is that another tight end? Is that
probably Bo.
Is that? Yeah, maybe it is. Yeah, that is Bo.
And then you got
Bo.
Taylor.
Yeah. So it's definitely 11 personnel. Bunch nasty nub right. T-same. Oh, now look at Dobbs going to get out there on the outside. Look at that stack look right there. A little semi-stack. Love it.
You know what that reminds me of?
What's that?
The oop-de-oop.
The oop-de-oop.
Oop-de-oop.
Your dummy-os can't run a draw play and you got trick plays? Oop-de-effing-oop. God, what a movie. We got to go watch that. I didn't even realize that was James Caan's son that played.
Scott Caan?
Yeah.
Tweeter?
No,
you didn't know that was Tweeter? Good mooning, boys. Good mooning. I've been up since
seen him in all kinds of movies in the 90s and early 2000s. Had no idea it was James Caan.
Because did you hear Darcy
I
O'Connell.
heard it.
She took a nosedive off the ugly branch and hit every or she took a nosedive off the ugly tree and hit every branch on the way down.
I give it a 10.
I'll give it a 10. I give it a 9.
Together, boys. Grow up, Jacob. Grow up.
Get him. Get him. Oh.
Anthony Johnson Jr. with the best tackle of the year.
Yeah, no doubt.
I was just going to say that, Tim. He's like the only one wrapping up.
Just over 10 minutes to go.
Yeah. What?
You started out the first half as the go-to target.
Ugh, Tremble.
Oh.
Get the first down.
He's Stokes.
That could have been a penalty on Quay.
I know, but I love it. I love it, though.
I'm with you, Tim. I'm with you. 3rd and 12. Packers lead 30-16. This is where they kind of take their foot off the pedal. Got a little bit aggressive, though, didn't we? You see it?
Mm-hmm.
Watch that blitz in the middle here. You've got, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys you're firing here? Yep, all 6. Yep.
Yeah, you got to get there.
Look at this. Look how far off the corner's playing there. Notice these guys are snug, right? Why is he playing so far off up here? Jair, wasn't it? Yep. That's so frustrating, bro. And remember what he said going into training camp? They're trying to get me to play closer to the receiver because I like to play off. Again, notice how close here. Notice how close there. And, of course, you're kind of pressing up on the slide here. But that's on Ja 100%. Watch this. You got to drive on that, bro. What are we doing?
And there's still the ball is loose, and then there's a scramble. Here comes a flag.
On a flag. Oh, cool.
On the floor it is.
All right, so they must have picked the flag up. 3rd and 12. Packers lead 30-16. I don't know why it keeps looping. That's weird.
And there's still the ball is loose, and then there's a scramble for it. Here comes a flag.
Look at Devontae Wyatt just flying in late. I love it.
Was over. Personal foul. Green Bay number 95.
Never mind.
Never mind. Hey, that's a good play. That ball.
Yeah, I don't get it. The ball's out. Why are they calling them for that?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Ooh.
It was on Eric Stokes there.
Yeah, of course.
Man coverage, too.
Yeah, they made DJ Chark look like Randy Moss in this game.
Packers always do that. We find one obscure player or a rookie, and we're like, "Hey, it's a career day against the Green Bay Packers." Like, yeah.
Yep. Good ball from Bryce Young, though.
Yeah, no, it was, man. I think Bryce can be a good quarterback, me personally.
Yep.
He just got to get enough stuff around him. So they missed the extra point. 8-point ball game now.
Oh, somebody else mixed an extra point. Huh. Not just our guy.
The blitz is on. It's picked up for a moment. And one-on-one.
Eric's
All right, so obviously, what's that?
I said Eric's in the chat for sure.
Yeah, I got you, man. I see it. So Packers go 3 and out. Obviously, Panthers ball now.
Oh, Eric with the comment of the night.
You see that?
Oh,
I want you to key in on Ja here. All right. And again, what's his assignment? Right? Ja's up top right here. See him get caught by it. He knows that's not his look right here. He's got the flat. He's got the curl flat. Ja's got to sink here. You got to sink back. He realizes it right now, like, oh, poop.
Oh, poop. Oh, really? They threw
Total BS call on Anthony Johnson Jr. there, too. That was just hard-nosed football. What a good play by our safety.
You know, as I know the penalty looks bad, but as we watch it back, I feel a little bit better about Anthony Johnson Jr. He may actually compete for that starting safety spot, man. I hope he don't win it. Don't get me wrong. No, I don't. Nothing against him. I want Bull to win it.
Yeah, but Ant taking a step this year would be huge for our team.
Yeah, definitely.
See if they bring pressure.
4-man rush. Yeah, see Quay. That's what we're talking about. It's crazy, too, that his strength was his passer rating when targeted. Watch Quay right here. Right, he's kind of sinking. He's going to sink. Now, listen, there's no way this defense was designed to leave this all wide open. Watch Quay get caught peeking. Right here. See what I'm saying? That's just on him. Out of position. I don't know. He's covering a ghost out there. You see him trying to field?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quay knows.
That's Adam Thielen too. That's not, Boo Boo the Fool out there. Yeah. You gotta account for that guy.
You see, like Quay knows
it.
Yeah, Quay knows. Quay knows he screwed up.
Son of a biscuit.
From the 10-yard line. Young. The move.
That was a dot, boys. An absolute dot. This is on Eric Stokes, but Eric Stokes pretty good coverage here. I mean, look at where this ball is thrown.
That's crazy.
That's a pretty throw.
Mm-hmm.
Again, Chark looking like Randy Moss.
Check his feet. He hauled it in before going out of bounds, and Young made it happen. Rule to score.
Look at this. I mean, you can't cover much better than that. You know what I'm saying?
It's a good ball. He did get a hand on it.
He hit it. He actually hit it.
That's what you talk about, Clayton. Nose down. You got to rifle that ball in as a quarterback. So, I mean, that ball hit Stokes in the hand. It didn't matter.
Absolutely. So we got a tie ball game. Now, that was tough to watch, right? But here's the fun part. 2:40 left in the game. The score is 30-30. This is where Jordan Love is like, the second half of the season's all right. This dude is learning how to win ball games, right? A little zipper motion right here. When you come back, it's going to make it a 2-by-2 set once he settles in here.
3rd and 4, extra pressure picked up. Low out there for Dobbs, and he's got it.
Oh, what a catch, dude.
Big boy catch right there.
Did he hang on, go into the ground? They said he juggled, but let's see what the official said.
He said, move those chains.
He said, as a catch. So you're immediately in field goal range to a certain extent, right? You want to get as close as you can. 2-minute warning, 30-30, 2nd and 10 play. So game on the line. What does Matt LaFleur like to run here? Game on the line, 1 timeout left. We're going Trey right. Right, your Trey being your tight end right there on the right. T weak. You got Dobby down here. I believe that's Dobbs at the. Actually, that kind of looks like Dobbs right there. Do they got Dobbs in the slot here?
2nd and 10.
Help me softer it out here, fellas.
Yeah, that was Bo on the bottom.
Yeah, so they put Bo on the bottom in the X position was it boundary? Yep, boundary X was Bo, and they slid Dobby into the slot. Now again, this throw right here. This is a pretty throw, bad decision, pretty throw, and watch Tucker Kraft in traffic.
From the 33 of the Panthers, they pass it around the clock.
Tuck Norris.
I'm just going to say it. Look, when we drafted Luke Musgrave, you can go back and watch Ryan's live stream. I was like, it's Musgrave here. It's Musgrave here. He's the best on the board. I love Musgrave. Tucker Kraft is a better tight end than Musgrave. I said it.
Let's go. Better well-rounded, I would argue.
Yes. Doesn't mean you don't throw 12 out there, 12 personnel out there and put Musgrave out on the boundary and really cause some mismatches, right? But I do like Tucker as that inline Y.
What a defensive play, Aaron Jones. Nick Thurman, who
not a good play call there.
All right, here we go. 3rd and 12. We're just setting up for the field goal. Panthers are out of timeouts now, so you're just looking to run some off the clock here. This is an interesting set here. So we're in a 21 look. That's 2 running backs, 1 tight end. Looks like is that Ben Sims in there at the moment, I believe. And they're in a nasty split as well. So we're in a little offset eye here.
Taylor.
He's going to run that clock, right?
About 20 seconds left.
Oh, look, a game-winning field goal from Anders Carlson. Bang.
32 yards.
Make them when they count.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animal. All right, so here we go. Defense still got to stand tall. No timeouts. 18 seconds left.
Okay.
DJ
Shark.
DJ Moss.
Over the middle.
Okay.
Sean, back-to-back plays. They went
Give them everything they freaking want. Holy crap.
Like I said, guys, we should have won this game by 17 points.
Yep, should have. You're right. Got too aggressive, got too cute on defense, right? Calling all those blitzes. And here Keyshawn just getting eat alive. Let Bullard compete for the slot, man.
Yes. Great example of what you talk about, Clayton. The clock is their enemy. Yep. They just literally ran out of game. Didn't matter that they got into field goal range.
Yep. Good game though, man. That was a lot of fun.
Can you rewind that real quick? Another thing, just seeing Jair, like, dude. No, did you exit out of there?
Yeah, it's a goner.
I can pull it back up though. Here, let me do it.
No,
anything
it's fine.
You,
It's
Jake.
good.
No, man. You kidding me?
It's just
anybody's work if it's you, my friend.
It was like a pre-snap kind of thing where, like, the game's on the line. He ran across the line of scrimmage with his hand up, which honestly, like, he knew that they had won in his mind, but that the refs didn't necessarily call the game. You know what I mean? Like, it was just an unneeded. What do you call that? Unnecessary error, or like what?
Yeah, like right there, he's more focused on the clock than if they let him get a playoff. Just get out there on your guy, right?
Yeah, like if the worst happens, you're so out of position. Like it just seems like you're so excited to focus on your celebration that you forgot about the fact that, like, you're one of 11 guys here on a team. It's not about you, dude. So I don't know. That has gotten me a little bit upset, I guess is the word. I don't know, whatever. Looking back, is that certain guys that I thought were anchors, now I'm a little bit questionable about, like Jair, basically him, Jair. Maybe, yeah, it's Jair. That's it.
There you go. All right, that's what we came for. All right, let's go to the box score real quick. Offensive. Jordan Love, 17 to 28, 219 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, a rating of 109.1. Aaron Jones, just dominated. 21 carries, 127 yards, averaged 6 yards a pop. Jordan Love had a rushing touchdown. A.J. Dillon had a rushing touchdown. Romeo Doubs leading the way, 5 targets, 4 catches, 79 yards, and a touchdown. Tucker Kraft, 6 targets, 4 catches, 60 yards. Bo Melton, 4 catches for 44 yards. Dontavian Wicks with that huge touchdown. Caught two catches off 2 targets. That dude's just – he's money, man. Fumbles – Romeo Doubs fumbled. They did not lose the ball, though. Josiah DeGuara obviously recovered that one. And on the Carolina side, they fumbled twice. The Packers recovered one of those. All right. So won a turnover differential 1-0, it looks like, because I don't think there was any interceptions. I could be right. Yeah, no interceptions. So the Packers won the middle 8, 7-0, and they won the turnover differential 1-0. They win the game by 3 points. It's absolutely huge. Defensively, Anthony Johnson Jr., 8 tackles. Isaiah McDuffie, 8 tackles, 1 for a loss. Jonathan Owens, 7 tackles. Keyshawn Nixon, 7 tackles. Let's see sacks-wise. Quay Walker with a half a sack. Preston Smith, a sack and a half with a tackle for a loss and 4 quarterback hits. Quay Walker had a QB hit. Devontae Wyatt had a QB hit. Rashawn Gary had a QB hit. LVM with 2 QB hits, obviously with limited playing time too. Kenny Clark also had a QB hit. And again, we talk about this $27 million cap penalty or cap hit last year. Kenny Clark in this game, the other team scored 30 points. Kenny Clark had 1 tackle, no sacks. You know what I mean? It's like, love the dude, but you can't tell me that's worth $27 million. You know what I'm saying? And I know it's stats and it's not everything. I get it, but it's just a tough look, man. Yeah, there you go. Angus McHaggis pointed out. I didn't even think about it. This was the coin toss game. Bad day all around for Ja. Mm-hmm. Very good point. And then, like I said, no interceptions as far as kick returns. Keyshawn Nixon didn't make the highlight reel, although it was important. At 2 kick returns for 63 yards. He averaged 31.5 yards per return with a long of 38. He had 2 punt returns for only 6 yards. Andres Carlson was 2 for 2 on field goals, 3 for 4 on extra points. I think that's a pretty good day at the office, boys. Daniel Whelan, 3 punts, 142 yards, averaged 47.3, had a long of 54.
Carolina's kicker missed 2 extra points.
That's right.
Get them out of town, right, Emilio?
Just saying.
Just saying. Where's the hate? Where's the hate at, folks? Let's go around the horn with it. Jacob, what's your final thoughts on that game, man? If somebody said, "Hey, man, can you remind me what happened in that Carolina game?" What would you lead with, bro?
To be honest, yeah, it's not one of my more proud things that I as a Packer fan, it's like, oh, we beat the Panthers that game, and it's like, well, how'd you beat them? Well, I don't want to talk about that. We did get the dub, so that's cool. Although, like I said before, we have a weird. If you guys have been a Packer fan for long, we have the weirdest knack of like being like, hey, this guy's never played before. He's a UPS driver who's never freaking delivered a package, but for whatever reason he can deliver 17 sacks against the Packers. Or it's a guy that's like, he's a UDFA, he's never done anything, blah, blah, blah. They just always have their career games against the Packers. So in one aspect it's like, ugh. At the same time, we got the dub. That's all that matters. With that being said, I think that was probably statistically, wasn't that the worst NFL team last year that made it look way too close?
Yeah, but sometimes you gotta win those ugly games, and again, if you don't close that one out, you don't make the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
As ugly as it is, like everybody's saying in the chat here. Ron Samble says winning ugly better than losing pretty. Very good point. M. Smitty says a win is a win. Chris Nichols said Quay, Stokes, John Nixon. Blah. He said hot to it. And, Randy Cleaver's ugly D as well. So, Tim, what do you think, man?
None of these guys are going to look like this year. Coach Half is not playing that. It's not going to happen in this 34. It's not going to happen in this scheme. These guys are bought in. We're just out of OTAs. These guys are bought in already. It took Joe Barry 3 years. He couldn't get these guys bought in. I firmly believe that we are not going to see that type of play out of Quay, out of Ja, out of Ant Johnson Jr., Stokes. I fully anticipate Stokes taking a step this year because honestly, if he doesn't, his career is probably heading in the wrong direction at this point. He's playing for his career. Let's be honest. So I think guys are fired up. They have their personal motivations. They have their bonus structure, contractual motivations, and of course the motivation to win a Lombardi and get this done as a team. I think we're going to see a night and day difference, honestly, in our defense. This is what Halfley talked about numerous times about guys being able to not overdiagnose and not worry about making a mistake and just go out there and play football. A lot of those plays you saw Quay, he's trying not to make a mistake. He freezes up, stops his legs from moving, and boom, you're beat. I don't see that happening this year. Now, don't get me wrong. There'll probably be some bumps and bruises in the road there. It's not going to be perfect right away, but I fully expect this defense, like I said a few weeks ago, man, top 5, top 10 defense in the NFL. So looking for Ja to be the Ja of old and Quay Walker to play like the first round pick that he is and be the leader in that linebacker room that I know he is. And I think we're going to see a lot different results from this defense in 2024.
Yeah. What I think about, too, is like Amelia on that play where Quay's just kind of playing patty cake and allows the running back through, Right. Think of Coach Campanelli watching that on tape. And that speech he gave down there. If you guys haven't watched Hard Knocks, Miami Dolphins in season last year, go watch it. You get a lot of Coach Campanelli down there. And he gives that Vince Lombardi quote and talks about, when you're playing defense, it's like literally like they're trying to steal from your family. They're trying to take from every person in your life that you love. I just love that type of mindset. But what do you think? Parting thoughts here, Emilio, with the Panthers game, bro?
Yeah, we were up 23-10 or 23-16. We had it in the third quarter. I think it was a learning moment for the young team. We can't let those slip away, especially, it was one of those easy win games, one of those, trap games. Jeez, there we go. It could have been a real bad trap game. We didn't fall into it. We were hanging over the hole for a second. We just didn't fall into the trap. So I'm glad that they did end up closing that out. It was a big learning experience, but the team just needs to keep getting better. I think they were all still gelling. You saw that little, heads up play from Wicks. He was feeling that Jordan was in trouble, broke it off, was open. Little things like that. They were starting to get the nonverbal communication was really starting to, fire on all cylinders. I really like that.
Yeah, definitely. All right, we are at the hour 11-minute mark.
Real quick before we go, did you see that Hard Knocks is going to do thing for the whole AFC North?
Yes, dude. Going to be absolutely awesome.
It's going to be real cool.
I am so fired up about it, dude. It's going to be getting. I don't know exactly how in depth they'll go. Hopefully, it doesn't take away from the fact that Hard Knocks gives you like all that little inside stuff.
Right.
But if they do it upright, man, that's the way to do it.
And if they got a couple rivalry games going on, like into that while they're watching all four teams,
getting both sides of the rivalry.
Yep.
That week.
Yep.
You know what we're talking about, Tim?
Yep.
It's going to be awesome, man.
Yeah.
Let's see here real quick. Angus McHaggis says, if someone is stalking the channel, they probably already had the next video picked out of the report. Just waiting for suspension to end. It's true. And that's how they do. That's how it works. So if we've got a past video that YouTube has not had any problems with, and someone is just looking to try to cause trouble, they'll go ahead, snatch it up, report it. YouTube will look into it. Okay, yeah, you broke this little rule here, and that might be the end of the channel. Just know that we'll be still live on here, and we're just going to, like I said, man, play it out, and we're going to continue to do what we're doing. So Ron Sample says, I like how people are sleeping on Jacobs. He's going to kill it with a light box. Amen.
Yep.
Ron Sample says, we're going to see some serious stiff arms from Jacobs. Agreed. I want to see that 2022 Brandon Jacobs.
I would love to see just every time we see a light box, Jordan just checks out and check to the run and just pound that run. Let's exploit that. That's a great point.
Yeah. And I keep wanting to call him Brandon Jacobs. It's Josh Jacobs, obviously. But if you guys have never watched Brandon Jacobs, go back and watch that highlight real quick. I hope we get a little bit of Brandon Jacobs.
Right.
Man, he was a lot of fun.
Did you listen to Move the Sticks, Clayton? The one from today?
I did the running back one. I didn't listen to it yet. I've got it marked. What did they talk about? What did you talk to me?
Well, they just ranked him, but because you guys were talking about Jacobs, they had us being 3rd and 4th in the division for running back rooms. It's like, all right,
okay, hey, that's what we want to hear, dude. Yeah, keep sleeping on it, man. That's what I said last year. Remember going into the season? Yep. It was like don't let them forget,
us, which is fine.
Everyone was picking us to finish dead last in the North. Don't let them forget, And here we are, absolutely boat racing the Cowboys in the playoffs. So, all right, we're way over. Appreciate everybody hanging out with us. This was a lot of fun. Jacob said to heck with it. He's going to go to sleep. He's got to take his Geritol and get in the bed, So, it is what it is. But we appreciate everybody. This was a lot of fun. If you guys would hit that like button, share, all that good stuff. Numbers are absolutely blowing up on Rumble. Twitter's continuing to grow. I can remember how many we cracked 13,400 on Twitter, something like that. So that's going to continue to grow. We're getting everything amped up, ready for training camp this season. We're going to blow the freaking lid off this thing and get you guys a ton of content. It's going to be an absolute blast. But Tim, Emilio, appreciate y'all, man. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Always, man.
We'll see y'all tomorrow, 7 p.m. Central Time. As long as everything goes as planned, we'll be back for another PTA Live. If I get home in time early tomorrow, I may do an afternoon show too. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But if the guys are available, they'll be here too. If not, if they got date night or something, then I'll fly solo. But thanks everybody for hanging out. Tim, help me out here since Jacob's
gone. For those of you listening on the pod,
thank you for making us a part of your day. As always, let's go out and be the change we want to see in the world. Go back, go.
The power sweep. Actually, it's the lead play in our offense. We ask our YN or a tight end to open up somewhere between 6 feet and 9 feet. Get an isolation with the linebacker. Tell the tackle to take the defensive end if he's over him. If he's not, to drive down on the first man to his inside. If the YN has the linebacker taken out, he cuts inside. If the YN has the linebacker in, he comes all the way around. If you look at this play, what we're trying to get is a seal here and a seal here. And try to run this play in the alley.